Hello, this is Crystal and this is the week reading for September 28th. So you have a choice now. You can either choose by element or you go by your sign. So fire is for Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. Earth is for Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. Air is for Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. And water is for Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces. Okay, let's start with fire. So either you've chosen the element fire or you're an Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. Let's have a look what the cards say. As you can see, the middle is a different deck than the others. It's the After Tarot Raider White deck. So the first thing I see is that there are three majors. Three majors means major energy, important energy. This makes sense because there is a lot of energy in Aries going on with the full moon in Aries and Mars being retrograde, Mars being the ruler of Aries. And that Mars obviously is in Aries as well. And so we have this aggressive energy here, and even though we have that chariot, it may feel like we're not in control at all. That's really how it feels like, isn't it? But even though you think you are out of control, this card says, though we are frustrated, it says you have control. Don't forget that you always have some control. So even though you're frustrated and you're exhausted and overwhelmed, don't forget you can take some control. And I know it's difficult because there's a lot going on. So even though you feel you're small, you still have some sort of control. You still can use the chariot. You still can use it as your vehicle to steer your values, because there are still options available to you, and these options are there. And these options are for you to be the queen of your emotions, but also the queen of other people's emotions. This card is asking you to take on the quality of this queen, to be the queen and the leader of emotions. There's loads of emotions around there and out there right now. Because this queen is so connected and can hear what other people's emotions are saying, then when you take your choices and that control that you have to take into account the emotions of other people. You have to be intuitive about that, and you have that quality. And that queen is very important. It's very important that you listen, because it will give you the success. It will give you this sense that you are helping people, that you can help people with your intuitive power that you have. This card is like, look at the people surrounding this person. It's like the people appreciate the help that you can offer them. They are there, and it feels like a little bit of a celebration, a victory. Not really a victory, but you know what I mean. An accomplishment, that's the word. So you're there for people, and I say that because of this Hierophant and the Justice card. These cards are like sitting on a throne, being very quiet. They're both calm, collected. And this Hierophant card is like a mentor, like a teacher, a wise person. And people listen to this person because it feels like this person can give a foundation, a structure. And this is so important now in these overwhelming times. And the Justice card is a bit the same. There's also two people sitting in front of the throne where the person is sitting. But with Justice, it's more about justice, about fairness. There is a need for balance. And yeah, it's Libra season. We just entered Libra season. So in a way, this card is also very fitting, astrology-wise, astrology talking. So there needs to be fairness, there needs to be balance in the way that you use your control, in the way that you deal with emotions as well, always with fairness, with balance, because that's the way to go. That will give you the most success. You can deal with these emotions, and you're being asked to take on the role, or to be, and you're being seen like this queen and this hierophant, like teacher, mentor, to give a foundation, to give structure to people, to help them. It feels like you're able to give them a foundation where they can work from. Let's have a look at the other cards. So we have the moon and we have the devil here. The energy of the moon here, in combination with the chariot, with steering your, taking control, steering a vehicle, but also taking into account other people's emotions. There are so many raw emotions at the moment. There is so much frustration going on at the moment. So also you are frustrated, but also other people. And you can really see that other people are frustrated, but you are the one who can deal with it. Look there. So I feel like this card is, okay, we don't know the path, we don't know what lies beyond those two rocks, but we do have the power to make a stand. We do have the power to make a choice, to steer our vehicle over the path towards the unknown that lies behind those two rocks. And again, the moon is also a very intuitive card, and it's connected to that Queen of Cups that's also very intuitive. So the intuition that we need is magnified here. So when you take control, you don't do it with your head alone, but you also do it with your heart, with your emotions, with your intuition. And the wolves feel like the people, they don't know what to do anymore, they're desperate. It's all way too much. But there is this card of fairness, of balance here. And then here, when you see the Six of Wands, card of success, and that mentor card of the Hierophant, this devil may be a little bit intimidating and frightening over here. So often when we become this teacher, this mentor, the leader, or this person of wisdom, this can be frightening, it can be scary, and that's what it feels like here. And these two sleeping people here, it's like, stubbornness to hold on to your thoughts, your beliefs, your habits, your routines, not wanting to change. And now you're this mentor, and it's like you're saying, hey, people, wake up, it's time to wake up. So it's a wake-up call. You're waking these people up. You're saying, hey, it's time to make a stand, it's time to rise up, it's time to do something, take some action. And this last card is a woman holding a heart. I'm putting it a bit higher. I see this as an advice card, this woman holding her heart, and it's about emotions again. It's connected to that Queen of Cups. Also in that moon, there are a lot of emotions present. So this may be a colder card. The Justice card is generally more cold, as is the Hierophant card. But this card is really about, caring for people, for family, for friends, people that are close to you, people that belong to your inner circle. And it's up to you to take care of them, to help them out in these difficult times. So you're sort of the leader here. There's various cards here of leadership. This card is also about leadership, about teaching, but then teaching about love and caring for other people. A bit like the Hierophant. So have a think how you can be that compassionate teacher, how you can, care for others, but also teach others and help them wake up and help them overcome their overwhelm so they can find a bit more balance. I hope you find some guidance in here, and thank you for watching. And don't forget to check out my full moon reading for the full moon in Aries for October the 1st on my Patreon account. So these cards are for when you chose the element Earth, or maybe you're an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Now look at these cards. Most of them are major arcana cards, which is big energy. There's also two slower cards, the Hangman and the Hermit. The Hermit is a card that's about, withdrawal, going it alone, being alone, but also thinking alone, introspection, looking inside, also being a quiet leader, as it were. So now the Hermit is a slow card, I said, and so is the Hangman. The Hangman is the card of somebody who is patiently waiting until the answers are coming. And those right answers are within you already, and it's like these two cards are complementary to each other. But there are some right answers, answers, because they're right here in the Magician. And those answers that are already within you, they're going to make sure that you're making the right choice, the choice with your heart. The Magician is all about manifesting. It's about having all the tools and the skills and the talents that you need to manifest stuff, to make things happen. It's like a magic card almost. Even looking at this card, the one from the After Tarot deck, it's about manifesting. In the normal Rider-Waite, you will see this man looking at the pentacles, looking at his harvest, but here he's walking away and he's taking something with him. It feels like he's taking away lessons that he learned or a value that he finds important. It feels like he's looked inside, he's waited for answers, and now he's got some. And Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, being earth signs, they're not the quickest to move. They are quite patient. They wait. They're okay to wait. They're okay with that attitude of wait and see what happens. And because of that, they have the power to manifest. They have the will to manifest. They can do it, and they will do it. They will manifest. They will take away from all the introspection and all the insights. They will take away valuable lessons, valuable insights, wisdom, a lot of wisdom. But you will need to make choices, and the choices need to be made with your heart. When the Lover's card shows up, the choices need to come from the heart. Besides love, the Lover's card often indicates a choice to be made. And those choices, they need to be from the heart, because look at the angel. It's like the angel protects these people, protects the choices they make. Follow your heart when making those choices, because you have choices, but you're also in a position to get the answers from inside of you, the answers to the questions that you're asking yourself. And those questions can be about your career, they can be about your job, your money, they can be about your family, your inner life, your relationships. If you take the time to listen to yourself and to patiently wait, then all the tools will be available to you. Then you can make those choices and take away this valuable thing, this valuable wisdom, whether it's about your career, your job, about a relationship, about success, even about money. Whatever it is, it's going to be something valuable that you're going to take with you, that is there for you when you do the work. So here we have the King of Swords and the Nine of Cups. The King of Swords is a master. Kings are always masters. The King of Swords is like a cool king. Look at these cool colors, and he's sitting on top of a mountain, it looks like. There's clouds around him, there's a river. This is a very rational king. So there's a bit of rationality going on. And the earth signs, they are like to be grounded. They like to be thinking, they like to be rational. But this coolness doesn't matter because, let's face it, sometimes we need to be a little bit more rational when we make certain choices and decisions. And sometimes when we look at ourselves, and then we need a little bit more objectivity. We need to be a little more, it's about perspective. So this king is asking you to be a little bit more objective, also when it comes to yourself. And the Nine of Cups, I think it's sort of complementing that Seven of Pentacles card. The Nine of Cups is often the wishes fulfilled card, the things coming together like you want them to come together card. The Seven of Pentacles is taking away something valuable for you. And it was, yes, that was what I was looking for. That was what I was waiting for. And it was so worth the wait. And this last card is the Healer of the Ages card. So the Healer of Ages is about health and vitality. But it also feels like you're healing yourself by doing the work, by doing the introspection, by making decisions and certain choices, by taking away what is valuable to you. So I feel like this card has a healing power especially to you. It will help you get unstuck from whatever it was that you were thinking about, from these slow cards here. This card will make you ready for making that next step. And why am I saying this? When the full moon comes, it is going to be in Aries and it's going to be conjunct to Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer, and the wounded healer is often about, well, I have this colleague who does astrology and she explains it really well. She says Chiron is not about healing your own wound, but it's often more about healing other people's wounds through your own wound. And it's in this way that you heal yourself. So yes, this is the card of the healer. These cards feel like that. They say like, yes, there is a result. There is something that you will see. An insight that you will get that will make you say, okay, this is what I can do. This is something valuable that I can do for other people. And by helping other people heal, I can also heal myself. So these are beautiful cards for you if you chose Earth, or if you're a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Thank you for being here, and I'll speak to you next week with another reading. Next up is Air, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So first we have the King of Wands, and maybe it's you who represents this king, or maybe it's somebody else, but there is for sure a very creative action force going here. So this king is the master of creativity, the master of inspired action. And this king has come full circle. Look at the lions and lizards here. Lions stand for the mundane, lizards stand for the spiritual. And this king is looking backward. So it feels like you're almost looking back at what you've achieved until now, what your past was in your achievements. And this person as well, he's also looking at the past, same direction of the king, reinforcing the looking backwards. It's as if you're saying, I have come this far. You're looking back at your successes, your achievements from the past. And these achievements are also about being creative, about doing creative stuff. And look, here we have another wand card, but this one is looking the other way. So look at that. Here you have the past achievements, past mastery, looking at your stuff, something you have achieved, you have mastered, and you're saying to yourself, look, I've come this far, I've done that. And now there's something new awaiting you. This page of wands is a new beginning, a new something, a new message awaiting you, a new action you're going to take, a new endeavor. It can also be a new relationship, a new career, a new job. It's about something new yet immature. It can also be a new attitude towards things. But for this new thing to come into being, there is some sort of alchemy needed. Also some patience. This is the card of Temperance. And Temperance says, okay, take it easy. In this reading, it also feels a bit like the try and fail card. This card tells you really to do it step by step. You can't do it all at once. When you do something new, you have to try out stuff. She's mixing these two liquids, look. It's almost like mixing a magic potion, and you need to see which ingredients you're going to use. So this card is really about trying out new things, like an alchemist, as it were, and taking it step by step. Look, she's taking a tiny step out of the water and the other foot remains in the water. This is your connection to your intuition. And look, there's a sunrise here, a new dawn, and there's the angel. The angel is saying it's protected. Your new stuff is being protected. It's okay for you to fail, to try and fail and try again. It also says to be patient because you're trying something new, so you need a lot of patience here. It's also the card that tells you to persevere, to take that next step and to try again if you need to, and then try again. It's about mixing up something new here if you need to do that. And all this energy will lead to this card here, the Three of Pentacles. This card can also mean collaboration, but also results. Look, this guy is taking the harvest on his back. Usually in the normal Rider-Waite deck, there's three people standing here and they are talking to each other. They are working together. In this card, it's more about the results of the working together. So together, these cards feel like you're starting something new, you're trying out things and it will give results. Now, because this card is in the middle, there is also results from these two cards from the past. So the things you've done in the past have led to results. And these results, in a way, have led to this new beginning. So in a way, it's the end of this circle. It's also the end of this circle, and it's in a way also the beginning of that circle. Well, if I'm making sense here. So for the next cards, the Seven of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so that Seven of Swords. So these cards are about the past, about looking back, about saying, I have done this, I have overcome some things. So you've done all that, but this card here, the Seven of Swords, says it was hard work, it wasn't easy. Just look at this guy, he's working hard, he's thinking, and all these swords here, his thoughts. It was really a lot of thinking going on. So this card tells me that you had to work hard, to think hard, to solve a lot of problems and stuff and obstacles on your way. But it worked out well because of, those cards there. And then here, this Queen of Pentacles. So queens, like kings, are cards that indicate more maturity, as it were, more experience. And this Queen of Pentacles is one of the most fertile queens. It's a bit like the Empress card. So this queen is sitting in a very lush and fertile garden. There's animals around her. There's the bull, there is the rabbit, and here you have the pentacle symbol, but also it's a pentagram. She's also a very sexual and sensual queen. So she's sitting in this very fertile garden. This queen says to me that, this here, these cards will be very good. The results will be very good. We also have a look at this very dry branch in the background here. So it says to keep on trying. Keep on trying, not only by standing in the water, but also by grounding yourself. And remember, you chose air, or you're an air sign, and sometimes air signs, they have this need to ground themselves more. And this queen reminds you to keep your feet on the ground. As an advice, she says, ground yourself, because this is not going to happen overnight. So it's good to know that you need to give it time, you need to ground yourself. And with this card here as well, it asks you to be patient, it asks you to persevere. And in order to do that, we really need to be more aware of ourselves. So you need to take this attitude of, I am this queen, I can create, I can manifest what I really want to. So you need to know that you have to have patience, that you are doing something new, and so the perseverance is there, and then the end results will be very fertile. And this last card is the fourth chakra Archangel Raphael. So the fourth chakra is the green chakra, it's the heart chakra. Green is the color of healing. And the heart chakra, of course, is the place where there's love, where there is self-acceptance, where there is compassion for yourself, for others. And I think that this is what you need in order to achieve this. And also to overcome this hard work. So don't forget to have a little bit of self-compassion, a little bit of, well, also compassion when you fail. When you try and it doesn't work out immediately, have a bit of compassion with yourself. Green is also the color of healing, so surround yourself with the color green. So you feel protected and you have this layer of self-healing around you. This is also a card that tells you to practice a little bit more self-care. You can do it. You can receive this powerful energy of this card here. And in this reading, I really see this card as self-care, self-healing. Again, there's an angel and another angel. You're protected in whatever you're doing. So don't worry too much about this card here. If those first trials and attempts don't work out, just keep on trying. So that's it for air people, or for Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. I hope to see you again next week, and don't forget to check out the full moon reading for the full moon in Aries. You can find that on my Patron account. So if you chose water, or your Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces, these are your cards. So let's have a look here. So you guys are a lot about family, emotions, close connections. Also water, that's very intuitive. I feel that with this Five of Swords, there's some hard work ahead of you. And also some hard work because maybe some people are fighting back. Looking at this Four of Wands, it feels like you have something to celebrate, something that is really good in your life right now. A solid foundation. You see, this is a joyous card. There is a home. There is these people, or they're getting married, or they're celebrating something. There's a relationship going. It can also indicate a partnership. It's about people coming together, working together. So yes, there's a happy vibe. You can see that in the colors, they're joyful colors, the yellow, the bright colors, also the images of the flowers. You know, it feels like harvest going on. And come to think of it, uh, if you see at the time of the year, September, October, it's harvesting time. It's time when, you know, people are getting the gains of the summer. So yes, it's a happy card. It may be a good relationship, good partnership. There's something really solid going on there, and yeah, it's a good card, a card with rewards. And I say rewards because I'm looking at that card as well, the Nine of Pentacles, a card also of harvesting. This woman is plucking the grapes. You see, this woman is surrounded by these pentacles, which can be material stuff, but also values or the good stuff in life, good things. And she sits in her garden and she's picking the fruits of her labor. So these two cards, they complement each other a lot. Now there is something here, and for me this card is very Scorpio. I mean, it's a pretty intense card. You also have the moon here, but I say Scorpio because of what is behind that curtain. There are hidden things, secrets behind this curtain. The High Priestess is a very intuitive card. It knows stuff. It almost knows the secrets that are behind this curtain. She also knows what's written on the scroll and what's behind the curtain, but also this moon. The moon is very intuitive, it's emotional. The High Priestess is also a very wise card. She can be like a teacher, a mentor as well. She can be a healer as well. It feels like this solid foundation is there because you have listened to your intuition, you have listened to whatever's behind the curtain. You know, this High Priestess, she almost feels like she's a psychic, like she knows what's going to happen. And because of you listening to that intuition, you are now getting rewards of that. Because here, when I look at these cards and these swords, and these swords can represent ideas here. Also, when this happens, when you dare to follow your intuition, when you are almost at a psychic level and you're reaping those rewards, some people are not going to like that. It may be that you lose people in the process. This could be friends, this could be family members even, this could be acquaintances, and you remain here standing alone with your ideas, with your rewards. And you know what? It really doesn't matter because you need to leave some things behind you. And this may leave you in uncharted waters. lead you to another self, other acquaintances, to new people, and you leave these swords behind you. So you just cross these waters, and this feels like you're in transition with people, with things, with relationships, with all sorts of stuff. It's people and situations that don't belong in this part of your life anymore. This is the part where you have the rewards, where you know you're doing the right thing and where you're connected to the spirit here. And this here feels like you're leaving things behind. You're in this transition period. Yes, sometimes things are not clear and this sky is quite gray. Yes, and it can be sad because you're leaving stuff behind. So have a look at that, at what you need to leave behind, really. And it's interesting that we have a 5 of Swords here and the 10 of Swords. Okay. So the 5 of Swords, we have another 5 of Swords here. So this feels like victory, victory, and then loser and losers. And I think you are this person because of this and this and this. It feels like you have learned some lessons, and you've learned these lessons through listening to this guidance, to your intuition, by having a peek behind this curtain, as it were. And this also means that, yes, you're leaving these people behind. Yes, it feels like there will be some losses here. There is a cost for reaping these rewards here. So you will have to let go of something, and it can be material stuff, but it can also be ideas. You will have to let go of some ideas. Ideas that no longer serve you, and you know that because you have taken a look behind this curtain here. So it can be material stuff, it can be ideas, it can also be people, but there is definitely something that you need to leave behind. Because when we leave things behind, there is this new dawn here. There is the sun rising. There is all this happening. And yes, this is already happening but this card really says, yes, if you leave all that behind, there's even more of this stuff, even more of these rewards, reaping these rewards, even more new things coming into your life when you let go. And sometimes that hurts. I'm not going to lie to you. Letting go is not easy. Letting go is often very painful, but the sunrise indicates that there is a new dawn. There is something new coming into your life. There's the beginning of a new cycle, but before the beginning of that new cycle, there is a cost. Oh, and then I love this last card. It is the Sun card. So this is an energy oracle card, but in tarot, the sun is like, in tarot, the sun is happiness, it's success, it is joy. It's one of the best cards. And in combination with that card, it's joy, it's happiness. But also with that card, that's also a very joyous card. So the loss is there and there's something you need to let go. But the sun says that will bring more joy. You have the sun rising, the sun here, then the yellow of these two cards here. And here in this card, you see in the background a sunset, and it gives way, of course, to a new dawn. It's the cycle of life. And here in this sun card, we have this woman bathing in water. And it's beautiful scenery with the lilies and the plants and the insects you see in the card. So it looks and feels like a very fertile card, like this card here, which also is fertile. You know, things growing, things looking happy, looking joyful. So the people in these cards, they are celebrating. So this side here is something that's going to happen, or maybe it has already happened, but it's only going to make way for more of this here. More of this happiness, this joy, these rewards, this reaping of the rewards. Getting the fruits of your hard work that you have done in the past. I hope you have some insights and you can take away some of the things in the energy of these cards. Also, check out my full moon reading for the full moon in Aries on the 1st of October, because I've done that already and it was quite the energy in there. I was actually quite surprised at how the energy showed what is going on in the world. That's it for this week. You can join me next week again for new readings, and I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll speak to you soon.